There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, everybody out there. My name is Dragnix. This is Necrobarista. It is a... I don't want to say... it's very much a visual novel in the style of, you know, I don't want to say Valhalla because it's a bit different, but... yeah, I actually don't really want to get much into exactly what the game is. It's a visual novel. It's got a lot of heavy story elements. And before I begin, I want to make sure that people are clear. This key was obtained from the developer for the purposes of review. I will be reviewing Necrobarista. With that said, I wanted to give a little bit of a sort of preview of the game to begin with. So we're going to just go into new game. I have heard that there are some performance issues on the PC, so keep that in mind. They say there's going to be a patch, but this game is also available on, I believe, the Xbox One and PS4. I don't remember off the top of my head if the Switch is one. They thought of the faraway grave on the plain. They thought of the comrade who came not again. I thought there was coffee dripping everywhere before I realized we were looking in from a rainy window. We lifted their glasses and sadly they said, "We drink to the name of the mate who is dead." Well, that took a dark turn. I mean, I guess with Necro and Necrobarista, yes, I know. I horribly mangled that the first time I said it. It's so bloody damp down here. Okay, I could already... English and Australian influences? I know we're in a cellar, but I don't suppose you have a window we could open or anything. Yeah, we got a vent that leads us outside somewhere. Okay, so we got a conversation between two people that we don't know of. Maddie, can you open it up? Get some fresh air coming through. I will say that this element, the prompt, it's hard to see a little bit of that. I'm pretty sure it's got a dumpster or something sitting on top of it right now. Besides, I'm busy. What are you busy with? Just grin and bear it. So we got a clock going on. Some very striking visuals. They're keeping a very close camera angle, giving you a sense of deorientation. Devs are from Melbourne, methinks. Yeah, that sounds right. Can we get this over with? We've done this before, old man. Okay, so young lass, I'm assuming? We know it takes a while to set up. Calm your farm. That's a new expression I haven't heard. Can we get some more lights on, baby? Yeah, that would help. With all the crap you got scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? I feel like that's going to be an AI. Okay. What's going on with the feet here? Thanks. Very striking visual style here. I don't want to say anime-like, but like things like the pointed nose, giving a lot of definition to this man here. Hair is a little bit wild, but as expected. Practice makes perfect. It is interesting that you do get a little bit of control of the visuals, like barely enough. Are we again in front of a visual novel? You are, and I'm only going to be playing about the first hour and a half. I know that with Death Comes True, this game I believe is definitely longer than Death Comes True. And I am reviewing it. I will repeat every so now again that this key was obtained from the developer for purposes of review. But I think that's enough. Okay, so we got fishnet stockings, some interesting shoes here, almost like ankle braces. Shay? What up, little Pete? I found you a chair. Okay. It's definitely... I want to say it's some cross between a standard visual novel and almost like Telltale style. I do like the fact that you're getting the 3D perspective, but it's also helping that the text is not always in the same place. So this whole thing, surely it's not legal, yeah? Maddie wasn't clear on that. Okay. Okay, we have a council. Try to think of what this necklace is. I mean, he's got this sort of pin on it. Because it utterly upsets the natural order. Mate, it's not just bureaucracy. Shush you. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely semi-Japanese influences too, just because like the fang there is definitely it's definitely a Japanese trope. Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules, don't we all? As I'm sure you realized. Hey, don't give her all the credit. So, it's interesting that we got the characters are doing a lot in characterization in terms of the early on. Like just from here, you can see, okay, we got a robot hand. We got this sort of like wild patch. I would say that maybe she lost her hand in some kind of accident and she's sort of free-spirited given her like sort of smile and persona and the hat being a little bit to the side. Obviously that could be wrong, but initially this impression of this character is, okay, she's a little bit of a go-getter. Even with, I'm assuming those are headphones? I can't tell what these are. What I'm also liking is the striking colors it uses. Like when red is used, it's used in almost a neon color too. Well, canine teeth are a human thing too. They are, but they don't usually get like emphasized like they do in Japanese culture. I've seen it emphasized a lot more. Have you looked at the game before? Do you know what's coming in terms of gameplay? I do not. I know that it's along the same lines as other visual novels, and considering that one of my favorite games is Valhalla and I loved Coffee Talk, it just seemed like something that is definitely up my alley. I don't like doing, like I like looking into games and looking into, you know, the possibilities and what to stream, but I don't like going any further than that because I do want to let the game speak for itself. Even story-wise, like I'll get an initial burst of what it needs to do and it's like, okay, yeah, this is up my alley. I'll grab it, but I don't want to spoil myself in certain ways. It's interesting that we haven't seen the face of some of these characters. Or try it again after you fail, for that matter. Stubborn scholars notwithstanding. What do you even call this sort of... Oh, okay, so we have the concept of magic. Oh boy. Tassels, a belt. So this would be the arms crossed, the sort of pessimist, almost like a sort of the I don't want to say the critic, but the contradictory guy, the guy who's trying to bring everybody back down to earth. There are a couple of elements here that I'm not like. Okay, the fact that her hand is digging into her shoulder here, that sort of, or I'm sorry, elbow here, it sort of stands out a little bit, especially because you got the blue on blue. Witchcraft. Oh, necromancy, of course. Are we gonna summon the dead with coffee? Loading screen of the girl carrying a crate is a little bit interesting. From your hazy memory, a certain word calls out to you. Necromancy. You try desperately to remember what it meant. Okay, so we... Oh, okay. This fragment of a memory stays with you. Piece together the past. Remember what transpired and never forget. You are scattered practice, fascination, deceive, build ritual hours. Wow, that's a lot of words. So amnesia, the typical amnesia that we have here. Yes, Steam, I have a message, but I'm sort of streaming, so. All right, now, unlike some of the other visual novels, we do get control of our character here and moving around. So, very dark. Some nice plants that Andrea will appreciate. I think we have, not maybe not that one, but some similar ones. A lot of detail put into the plants, actually. Surprisingly. It looks like we're going to Terminal House Rules. We welcome both living and dead. Patrons will be served in the order. So, what, are we a... like, purgatory? Maddie's rules. 1. We welcome both living and dead. Patrons will be served in the order they arrived. 2. Don't ask who's alive. Okay. If somebody wants you to know, they'll tell you. 3. The dead have 24 hours. Strictly enforced. 24 hours and 5 minutes is not 24. No, we don't have Wi-Fi. Yes, there's no cell reception. Ether and radio signals do not play nice together. Report broken items and other anomalies to staff. We can't clean up your broken glass or spatial rift if we don't know about it. Oh, I'm so totally feeding those guys. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that word. They can't eat, and often them food just regains them and their crew fat. Oh, okay, maybe not. So a couple of rules. Wow. Okay. Yeah. There's a little bit of a weird performance there. Sure. We'll continue. Wow. No Wi-Fi in 2020. I mean, the pandemic hits us all, man. Part 1. There's no liquid in that, despite the pouring. It's weird that it doesn't, like, prompt you at times to say anything. The Terminal. Carlton, Victoria, Australia 3053. Observe some online reviews. Pretty unremarkable coffee. Barista speaks Chinese but exclusively uses it to mock people to their faces. Very self-conscious about my tap hat now. Okay, good. Observe the little girl running around the cafe with knife unsupervised. This does sound like the type of place I would go to. Was really told to stop being a big dweebus after complaining about birth tape. I'm liking the fact that the comedy is just a little bit off. Door closes. Maddie sighed and began cleaning a glass. Okay, so we're Maddie. She glanced at the person who just walked in, but he didn't seem quite ready to approach the counter. So I'm assuming he's dead. Hey, mate, you right? You could see me? Yep, clear as day. You gonna order something? I've been walking around for hours. So, okay, I'm pretty sure this guy's a ghost. I think you'll find it was the... okay. You're a little bit of a little shit, aren't you? He chuckled nervously, took a deep breath. Right. Where am I? This deeply departed is the terminal. Carlton's finest. Departed. That smug look. They say our coffee's to die for. Oh no. So, you don't really know how to go about this. Yeah, the glasses frame is a little bit strange. It's not like you're the first deheval. The guy has a look of somebody who's been through the lot. And sorry, a dead dude to drop in. What does everyone else ask? Well, they generally start with that one. Ah, shit. And they always say that. It's definitely a futuristic looking pair of glasses. Then there's the aberrant silence. Okay, so she likes silence. You're always this mean to everyone who comes through? Or just the pitiful ones like me? Just the pitiful ones. Jeez. I always feel like the saw me as a pitiful guy. I mean, nah. I'm just kidding. No, I promise you're right. Oh. Getting a little, I mean, you would be a little depressed if you figured out. I'm never even gonna have a chance to make things better for myself. Come on. And now I'm sitting at a cafe for dead people falling apart in front of a barista. That's some expensive French toast. Just gonna put that out there. He blinked and slowly came back to earth. No breakdowns of the cafe, please. Be a little bit more sensitive, Maddie. I promise, man, you are okay. I know how it is. Are you? No. But if I had 100 people like you walk through the door. So I'm just averagely messy. Can't even do that right. Keyshawn, you have 24 hours left on this plane until you have to move on to the next place. Okay, so this is sort of a purgatory of sorts. 24 hours? Ah, shit. What I'm saying is, everything's okay. Just take some deep breaths. We'll sort this out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, like some of the visual presentations, they're very striking, but it's also a little bit odd. Like the way that the eye here goes over the glasses really bothers me. So there's some details that are a little off. It's pretty cool. So I first wandered here about 4 years ago. Are we going in the past? And that's how long you've got before you got to move on. 24 hours. $25 to find out who killed you. That'd probably be a good detective movie, right? Some mystery is left forever unsolved. Race against time? I guess. But what's the point if you have to move onward? It's at the end anyway. It kind of strips it of its meaning. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't even know if you care once you're in the next place. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a nihilist to be anything but a constant buzzkill. I mean, in that case, what would matter? Honestly, I'm still wrapping my head around all this. But I think it would be worth figuring out how you died just so that you didn't make the same mistake. I guess it'd be disappointing if you found out that you died quietly in your sleep or something, though. Yeah, most people don't die from being murdered. It's mostly sickness, or old age, or lawnmower accident. Well, they call them accidents, but really loads of lawnmowers are possessed by evil spirits. Andrea, we may never look at our lawnmower. Wait. Hold on. You can't just drop that like it's nothing. Possessed lawnmowers? Seriously? Anything with spinning blades that tends to attract them. Oh boy. Garden equipment, garbage disposals, blenders. I may have to do some modifications. Yeah, it's a visual novel, Mr. Matthews. I will be reviewing it, but I decided to stream the first little bit of it. I did get a key from the developer for the purposes of review. You're a right pain in the ass. Gotta exercise the blender at least once. That's wild. Oh. So, I know it's weird to ask, but is everyone in here dead? Yeah. You said this was a cafe for dead people. Does that mean it's everyone? Or are some of these people just really into ghost cafes? That might be an oversimplification. Not everybody in here is dead, but this is one of the only stopping points between here and there. Okay. So break out the milk and cookies. So we get a lot of your type. So she's sort of is she the Sharon of this place? Rent. That was a really weird definition. Literal vampires? No, just baby boomers with lots of money. Characters remind me of Pokemon games for some reason. I could understand that some of the shape of the glasses on some of the characters and the way that the eyes and the mouth are sort of like how they're separated. I can understand that. Can you hear Dragnix? It's borderline muted for me. I don't think anybody's been having any problems, have they? Same thing, I guess. Welcome, Andermany. Andermany. So to answer your question, there are 9 customers in here right now. Out of those 9, yourself included, I'd say 4 or 5 of them are just passing through on their way to the next place. So she's obviously been here. It says at least 4 years. I've got one for trouble. Uh-oh. You have 2 sixth senses? Okay, I can move my audio. I mean, my mic is a little bit on the... Let me see if that helps a little bit. Oh, hey, look, it's trouble. Hello, Ashley. Ashley was a young girl who adopted Maddie and Che a couple... Wait. Ashley was a young girl who adopted Maddie and Che a couple years back. Music changing is this Maddie's theme? Much in the same way that a puppy adopts the Tsukihite. Okay. Budding genius, ferociously smart, but still a kid nonetheless. Today she strongly smelled the motor, as you are. Her right arm was coiled with it. Maddie knew she'd have to help clean it off the joint later, and she wore a look on her face that says, "I'm an invincible genius." She was mostly right about that one, and Maddie hated it. All right, I know that look. Spit it out. What? I don't... Oh, God. This kid's me. Cut the crap, kid. What do you need this time? I'm dealing with a customer here. I'm not really needing any attention. I am dealing with a customer. I need someone to hold the joint for me while I screw something in. Is it your arm? Don't you have any clamps? We got a bunch for your birthday last month. Game? Don't you hit me and hit me like that? They're all being used for other very important things. You lost them. So I gotta give the game's timing in terms of the jokes very, very well. Pretty sure I saw one upstairs about 10 minutes ago. I need a helper. Ashley, I'm busy. Ah, it's the please. Hey, I could probably. Yes. I could. Ashley, you've got to let us work. We're not going to get anything done if I have to keep on going upstairs to hold screwdrivers. They're right on the screwdriver one. Ashley's pout was legendary, but over time, Maddie had grown immune to it. Hey, no dice. Egg, what about Che? He can help me. He's in the kitchen emptying the dishwasher. She has a long neck. Yeah, a little bit. The text timing as the voice is pretty good. I am clicking through this, but I've gotten into the rhythm here. Oh. Heh. It's really no trouble. Hey, why don't I take this guy? He doesn't have anything to do. He's dead. Wow. Hey, come on. Ashley, don't have the energy to argue with you. I'm sure he just wants to relax. Dying takes a lot out of you. I mean, also manners. God, we talked about this. She's a little scary. I have to give the game this. It's not afraid to get up close and personal. Like, the camera angles aside, it's doing a very good job of, like, expressing emotion through that camera angle. I'm happy to go upstairs. Really, it's fine. I don't have anything better to do, and I'm super dead. I'm cool with it. That's me, Keyshawn, very dead guy. Promise. Okay, so it's probably that he was really good with kids. Wow, peon. We've work to do. It's not doing for you. I can understand that, but it's definitely standing out. It reminds me of very much of old picture book, like old children picture books. Deep down, Maddie knew that she wasn't giving Ashley enough attention. This was causing her to act out. She felt guilty as hell about it, but at the same time, she didn't think she'd be able to solve that particular problem anytime soon. She had to work to keeping the cafe afloat, even it meant that Ashley would be required to deal with her stuff on her own for a little while. And she knew she was being callous. Her internal monologue was doing a very good job of whispering cruel nothings to her in quiet moments. But even then, she had to truly wonder if there wasn't... You know, I reckon this place needs more plants. Oh, Che. Probably had a piano fall on him during a moving job. Possible. Yeah, I saw the tool belt early. It made me think he was some kind of mechanic or just a handyman. What's on your mind, Maddie? I was drifting off. Do I look like I was thinking weighty thoughts? I'm still trying to figure out what this is supposed to represent. Just my resting bitch face. Nah, it's different this time. How so? Right now, your expression reminds me of that time you challenged a samurai cosplayer to a fist fight. This is true. Yeah, I get it, Yusin. Oh, You mean the one who barged in, waving his gift sword katana around and demanding satisfaction after I told him I wouldn't put 15 shots on his coffee? That's a weirdly specific facial expression to refer to. What's it look like? The natural reaction of somebody who's just been threatened with 10,000 or 1,000-fold Nippon steel. Well, this is weird. The memory is precious enough that I can picture it clearly. A sort of deep disgust. Mixed with a tinge of pity and just a touch of delusion. That's a long-ass earring. There were a lot of books here, too. You alright? Real talk? I'm fine. Is this an I'm actually fine, or more of I'm having trouble processing and would expressing my feelings and would love the concentration to move into a different direction fine? The latter. Pharaoh? Offer still open if you'd like to talk things out. In the meantime, sorry, can I grab that tea towel? My hands are wet. Oh, yeah, here you go. So, did you just feel like doing the dishes by hand, or I could have sworn that I told Ashley to empty the dishwasher earlier. Nah, it's busted. Door latch broke, so we'll have to get someone in to fix it. Her arm would get rusty, so I did it. Oh. Oh, it's the characters' faces. I see. Thought the game was saying that the kitchen knife was folded 1,000 times. I mean, that'd be a really sharp kitchen knife. Unless you'd want to let Ashley give it a shot. I'd make the call myself, but our landline stopped working last week. We have a landline? Yes. Ancient technology. You could transmit sound through a physical cable. An elegant tool for a more civilized age. Only when you pay the film. Well. Wow. Hey, don't stress. You'll worry yourself into an early grave. Hey, you spent 50 years digging holes. He's 50? $170-ish. So there are people in the world who definitely go beyond regular humans. It's not too long. It doesn't even touch your shoulder. It feels long for what the decoration is. It does give her a nice contrast in the face, though. Hey, so, I know you're a bit stressed right now, but I think we need to put an order for more kitchenware soon. Ugh. I know. It's another thing that costs money. We're beginning to run out of cutlery, though. Person must not, without reasonable excuse or proof of which lies on the person, have in her or her custody a knife in a public place or a school. It keeps disappearing to somewhere, so I don't know how long it can wait before we get some more. Maybe they're immortal like the bartenders at Death Parade. Possible. Just, you know, everything's a bit too pricey right now. Doesn't help that the coffee cartels keep pushing price. Wow, there's cartels. I don't think the importer 2 suburbs over is part of a cartel. They seem quite nice. You've ever spoken to them? They're obviously criminals with the rates they charge. Worst kinds of criminals are the kind who operate within the bounds of legality. And yet we keep buying from them. It's just everything else on top of that. So they're really setting up the trouble that she's in. And the whole place is. You don't have to. I know it's all on me. I just gotta figure out how to pay everything off. Everything and everyone. Ugh. The time debt we owe to the Council of Death is the absolutely... Oh. So they have a Council of Death, and it sounds like time is a currency? Why does this particular coffee place have to deal with coffee cartels? I mean, everybody. Che could be a nickname for Sharon. Yeah, that's good. But Maddie. I'm trying to think what Maddie would be short for. And you, I can't thank you enough. Shh, it's all right. Hold yourself together. We'll figure it out just like we always do. I just don't want to deal with it, you know? I get it. I don't want to feel like I'm imposing or interfering. I know the cafe's yours now, and even though things are a bit much at the moment, I keep on saying this, Maddie, but I don't know how much time we have to deal with all this before things start falling apart. Regardless, you're gonna have to face reality at some point. Oh my god, I know. I don't need any more reminders from you. Back off, man. The console's always sitting at the back of my mind. I'm doing my best over here. My best is all I can do, okay? Just because you're my best friend and my old boss and my mentor doesn't mean I need you preaching. Wow, okay. Damn. No worries. Give you some space. Might go check on Ashley. She's upstairs. Dragged a customer up there talking about clamps or something. Back in a bit. The burden not... So she's got a shit ton on her plate right now. Do the dead get stuff for free? Probably not. God damn it, he's right. We do need more plants in here, don't... We're gonna strap a big old stave knife to it and make them fight each other. God, this kid is me. I love it. This is gonna be great. I want to build something that gets put on the TV show Battle Royale with flamethrowers on. And I know Andrea can't hear me right now. She's I think taking a bath. But the fact that this game is talking about putting robots and flamethrowers on them, 10 out of 10. You're not gonna put one on this little guy, are you? Flamethrower? Probably not. But I want you to record the fight on my phone so we can send it to the producers. Yeah, sure thing. Let's get this knife attached. Pass me the zip ties. Zip ties. And the knife. Knife. And my coffee. Are you sure? Who even gave you that? Coffee. Damn it. It's empty. My coffee's empty, Keyshawn. The world is beginning to vibrate. I really do love the fact that they're emphasizing certain things with just stuff like this. Maybe it's good that your cup runneth empty, yeah? I think my cup needs to runneth with more espresso in it. How many shots did you put in there? Too many, Keisha. I'm a little scared. But did anyone ask Icarus how many shots of espresso he had? I don't think so, because he flew too close to the sun. He's got a point. He flew to the sun. I'm cultured. In unrelated news, I have a headache. I think you may want to read a little bit more about Icarus. There's a twist ending to that one. I'm holding... Oh, Jesus. I mean, does it really matter if he's dead anyway? Oh boy. Hey kids. Ah! Intruder! Keyshawn? My buddy? My pal? Did I get him? No. You missed. Damn it. But, wait. You threw it on purpose? Strictly on purpose, yes. I'm fine, by the way. Oh, it's just you. Who would it have been worse if it was someone else? Probably. Jesus. Is it as bad as X-Blades? Hey, you know what? I tried to warn you, but X-Blades is that bad. I don't think Icarus is a figure to aspire to. No, not at all. Unless they were an actual spy come to steal my robot designs. I think I'm crashing. And that's what coffee does to you. Is she okay? Did I kill her? She'll wake up in about 15 minutes with no ill effects. But we probably shouldn't give her any more coffee. She turns into a real goblin. You still be able to make her immeasurably powerful. I mean, she's not wrong, but you know, great power, great responsibility, yada, yada, yada. She's 13, kid's got plenty of energy already. Maybe not the sense of responsibility, though. Yeah, I don't even know how I ended up sitting here attaching knives to robots. She's very convincing. Oops. You don't have to tell me, mate. She basically lives here. My parents would kill me if they found out she nearly killed me. Pretty good blind throw, though. She makes me proud in the weirdest ways. So she does have parents. Did she learn from the best? She did, but the best definitely wasn't me. Daddy's pretty deadly with not. Whoa. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm being very rude. My name's Che. Used to own this place. Now I just sort of sit around and cause trouble and sometimes have knives thrown at me. Okay, so he inherited it from her. Or him. And I died today. There's a lot of setup here. Ah, I'm alive? I'm alive? Oh, we got a real loud one here. Oh, be nice. You know it's scary waking up. So it's a milk carton, a wine box, and wine. The music is good. Big light's coming towards me. I think it's reliving its last moments. Looks like it. What is happening? How did the guy come to be the ward of this little red one? That's a good question. Hello. I do not remember having this many limbs. Join the club, pal. We are reborn in a new image. I see. I'm Kepler. Nice to meet you. I'm Jacoby. I am undefined. I don't know if that'll name stick. His body is made of a milk carton. Should we just call it milk? Nope, too basic. Imagine if you just called me Goon just because I'm made of a goon box. I wouldn't like that at all. What's a goon box? Ashley was yelling about somebody called Lovelace the other day. That's a good one. Ada Lovelace? Acceptable? Excellent. Nice to meet you. Is this game as bad as Coffee Talk? I mean, I've only played 30 minutes of it, and it's doing pretty well. From your hazy memories, certain words call out to you. These words may be the key to unlocking the mysteries of what happened in this place. Okay. So... interesting. Responsibility was definitely a word that came up repeatedly. Disheveled was definitely one that gets to the core of what is going on. A white box is apparently called a goon box in Australia. The more you know. Yeah. All right, you realize that I said couldn't be, but I'm gonna have to buy and play Bubsy, right? Dynasty, why would you do that to yourself? So disheveled responsibility. Icarus felt like it sort of came out in terms of like the story being important. We're trying to solve a mystery. So, I'm trying to think of what other words. Just trying to think of what else would make sense here. Rent. These were all highlighted words, weren't they? And you have to choose the important ones. Yeah, I think that's what the case is. So we know that there's something to do with time. So hours. And the right tool for the job. As they flutter through your mind, you focus on a few and try to remember what they mean. Lore. So ours is lore. Guests. Lore? Maddie. Maddie guests. Maddie lore guests. Keyshawn. The terminal. Melbourne. Perhaps with time, you may be able to cling to more of the fragments that flutter through your mind. With what fragments will you choose to carry with you? What is that you find precious? Ooh. Interesting. That... So very similar to things like Doki Doki Literature Club. Like, it makes you wonder what the words are doing. All right, we have thinking A. Thinking. Oh, okay. Some memories seem to evade you. You maybe have to come back. Oh, so I got elements to be able to find things within the world to tell stories. Okay, so that's what... So it seems to be that the keywords allow me to do certain actions within this world to find a little bit more about the stories. Okay, so... Can't go outside, can I? No. Okay, nope. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. Can't go upstairs. Man, I can't get any of them. I may just have to go to the next part. All right. So definitely can't seem to do anything other than go to the next part. So I got to figure out what words go with what person, maybe, and what words go with what conversation, and choose appropriately. Man, I'd love to see that. I could use a pick-me-up. I can't promise I'll be there. It's kind of inconsistent. Still, though, a hallway that's only there sometimes. How do you get to the kitchen otherwise? There's another slightly longer one that we use instead. It's much less exciting, but on the upside, it's consistently there. When people start getting nervous about magic, they usually try to explain it using science term to reassure themselves. Walking speed seems a little fast. Do you feel like you can control it? Well, yeah, I do. You can't click on the numbered icons after clicking on an object. I can click on the numbered icons, but it did highlight which ones I had, and I noticed that I couldn't fill 3 of any of them. I understand your life has gotten very weird very fast, conceptually speaking. Or your unlife? I should be better at talking about this now, shouldn't I? To be honest, I'm not sure if I could properly explain a lot of what goes on in here. The building's mildly sentient, too much magic in the soil for it not to be. So the cafe's alive. But as far as we can tell, the building itself doesn't really fall into that category. It mostly tends to shift itself in ways that are helpful instead of frustrating. So, quantum hallways. I'm making myself a cuppa. When drunken. What's the barista's name? I didn't actually catch it. I feel like a jerk. Maddie? She's the owner now. Not just the barista. She makes coffee, of course, but since she's the owner now, she has a lot more to juggle. Why are you asking? Got your eye on her, eh? No, I have a boyfriend. Ah. Had? Oh, geez, this is a lot. I can't imagine how he's feeling. Try not to think about it. Okay, so... That came out of left field, but okay. I can get you something stronger, mate. Would you like bourbon? Or is that too weak? I thought this was a cafe. Well, it is, mostly. We do serve alcohol, though, and stronger things I'd request. Ergoto? I don't know what that is. Epstein? Pure ethanol? Stronger than pure ethanol? Sure. Sure. Remind me later and I may pull out some of my special reserve. Double enable him, Keyshawn. I have perfectly good reasons for wanting to set a puddle of distilled soul on fire. We'll agree to disagree. Whoa. Are we drinking soul? Keyshawn, what it'll be? Actually, I changed my mind on the coffee. Can I order something complex? Gotta treat myself on my last day on Earth. I'm after a sugar rush. If we have the ingredients, it shouldn't be an issue. Daddy can whip it up for you. Cool, cool. In that case, can I have a large quadruple shot double vanilla caramel, no foam, super hot, reverse coconut milk macchiato? Oh my god. With 2 sugars and whipped cream on top? Maddie? Yes, dearest? Can you, I don't quite know how. Is this real? Or is it too much? I was gonna ask for a splash of bourbon in it, but that seemed a little well, yes, it is too much. It is a bad order, and I hate it. How bad? Worst one you've ever seen? No, I just hate it. Dang. Every single that word increased my urge to set the espresso machine up. Super hot. Maddie had all the classic symptoms of being a pyromaniac, but she's definitely not a pyromaniac. Except the bourbon bit. I put that in my coffee too. So with all that in mind, I have a counter offer. Yeah? I'll make you another double shot long black and I'll put bourbon in it, but I won't call you a hipster this time. If you decline my offer, I will just strip your soul from your body and use it to scrub the counters at closing time. Maddie? Maddie? My generosity knows but my... I mean, she's a little firecracker, isn't she? Normie. That order sucked because it's abnormally complex to make, has a heart attack worth of sugar in it, and is something that only impatient jerks ask for. Is it possible to die twice? Yep. Ooh, resurrection is illegal. Life and death have a slightly different meaning here. Can't die from natural causes. It's a bit complex and weird. Okay, so 200 years old. You got a certain number of hours you're allowed to remain on the edge of the mortal realm. Hours are fungible. They can be bought, sold, and exchanged, generally speaking. But the Council of Death always collects on debts owed to them. And you'll start running up a debt if you stay here too long. Itchy soul, that sounds horrible. Irritability, and then worse things begin to happen. Uh-huh. It's a weird thing to wrap your head around. How long do I have to before I need to make myself scarce? You get 24 hours. Any longer, and we start to pick up the tab since you're on our premises. And as charming as you are, we've already racked too much debt from letting people stick around there past their expiry. Wow, so they are responsible for things. And cash-wise, we're extremely poor. You know the council doesn't look on that stuff favorably. Ned said so himself. If it draws customers and helps us shave down the debt, I'll take whatever I can get. And hey, yeah, fuck Ned. Gonna guess that resurrection will be an important word for this part. Yeah, probably. We have a 13-year-old right here, you know. Yawn. She's had enough coarse language for a lifetime. I'm not too worried about her. She's right, though. What? Every time Ned comes around, he makes you guys really stressed out. Maybe not you so much, but Maddie gets nervous and it brings down the mood, man. So fuck Ned. I think you have too much coffee today, young lady. Fuck Ned. I'm crushing so hard. Man, I love the angles on the presentation here. All I ask you to try and keep the swearing to a minimum when customers are around. Okay. Does Keyshawn count? It's fine. A couple of my housemates are tradies, so you learn... Hey, are tradies? We're tradies? Ugh. Hey mates, have I ever mentioned how much dating dead sucks? Because it sucks and I feel extremely bad about it. Having a generally bad time right now in general, to be honest. Yep, even you adopting your language is a pain, isn't it? Want a proper drink now? Without coffee in it? Yeah, that'd be good. Storm. It looks like a decent-sized one's rolling in. Melbourne weather strikes again. Come on, Ashley, let's clean up your workbench while we're up there, yeah? You need a bribe? Yes. I have some chocolate hidden away. Acceptable. Of course it's chocolate. Wait, dead people could still get drunk, yeah? Why else do you think we serve alcohol? To make money? Well, yeah. Hang on. Do I even have my wallet? Doubt it. I don't, yeah. How does that work? Why do I have my clothes but not the contents of my pockets? Good place for things that don't have a place. Chewing gum, spare change, nervous hands. I don't know, dude. Everyone's experience is different. Death doesn't follow many rules. Only universal I can't think is that you can't stay. People don't generally come in without their clothes, fortunately. You don't like making complex drinks. Haha, dude, no. I don't like making ridiculous caffeine-laden milkshakes for overcompensating soccer dads. Jay's got everything you can think of, and then some. Have you done any coffee yet, or... I don't know yet. Oh, is this Ned? Outside? Some guy out in the rain? Ah, shit. Maddie? Maddie, what's up? Let's get started on that drink. Oh, boy. Morning. Hi? Hello, recently departed. Hey, that hat you're wearing kind of makes you look... Ned Kelly? I could have sworn you were standing outside just a moment ago. So how'd he die? Good morning to you too, Ned. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Madeline. Piss off, Ned. That's not even my full name. Isn't it, Maddie? Jay said it was, and he never lies. Okay, so this is our antagonist. Don't push me. So you catch the game last night. Yes, I know that Carlton beat Collingwood again. I don't care. Oof. Just make it like I was saying you should try it sometime. Maybe. Not for you, though. You've never come in during daylight hours before. What do you want? Nothing much. I'd like to talk at Che at some point, but it can wait since he is missing. I do. It'd be a shame to lose an old friend by letting him wander onto some train tracks or something. He's upstairs last I saw. Man, he's a little bit... Why's the guy for Bit Trip Runner here? What was it? I saw him walking upstairs. Wow. He can't go far. I've got him on a pretty tight leash. In regards to the debt, it's not your problem. You must not have heard. Not your problem. Che. I'm a distinguished gent, not a dickhead. No, you're a dickhead. Oh, he works for the Council of Death. The only trash that needs to be collected is right in front of me. This guy? Me? No, you. You're the trash, Ned. The trash is you. It's you. Ned the trash man from hell. Because councils pick up trash. That's the joke. Oh, cool. He's even got a head shaped like a rubbish. He does. It's totally fitting. I'm not from hell. I don't care. And to be clear, Ned, in case we weren't already, you are the trash. You just appear out of nowhere. Hey, how long have you been sitting there? Does it matter? Yeah, your employee's being very rude to me. So if you heard any of that, I keep trying to tell him. My employee, yes. We have some catching up to do. I don't follow. Did she quit? Did you fire her for gross incompetence? Far from it. There's been a bit of a shakeup in the cafe's management structure since you last visited. Oh no. Don't tell me you gave her the whole thing. Okay, I won't tell you. Poor guy's like, I'm dead and now I'm dealing with this shit. Was there something you wanted to discuss? I need a drink before we go through all that. Sure. The usual? Yes, please. Is it just like lava? How come he gets a curly... So, Che, spin me a tale of how and why you handed this cafe to this person. Well, every man's got his price. Can my price be a curly scrawl too? Buddy, I'll give you 2 if it means you stop complaining about numb lips. What did you make this with? I can't find half the ingredients, so I put in a bunch of ergato and chili seeds. I put some of the stuff, though, so it's a mint julep in spirit, if nothing... Really? Really, Maddie? Maddie, I'm getting very drunk very fast. I'm as strong as an ox. I don't need to lie down. Keyshawn, my dude, you absolutely need to get horizontal as soon as possible. Jesus. You can sober back up in one of the booths in the back. It's nice and quiet over there. Oh, uh-oh. Bloody hell. It would have been helpful if you told me about this before. Probably. I'm not worried about it. Manny knew what she was getting into with this whole cafe situation, and it's not natural that it may take a while for her to get the hang of running a business. Like each episode, a different person who dies enters. I'm guessing so, considering the start of this one. But it'll get better. Like I said, not worried about it. Well, you might want to hold your judgment on that for a moment. Official business. Oh. It's just battery. She won't use it to do like straw. No, I'll get you one after you have a nap. You can sip the water like a normal person. I'll put it with the dirty dishes. Then yeah, maybe through it so it can't be all bad. That was bloody 100 years ago. Man, really? Longer. Time flies when you're immortal, huh? Quasi-immortal. This old robust food still got an expiry date. I don't know yet. It's a little bit interesting. Sorry, continue. Immortality. And that nothing that I trust you with that. That's for sure. You don't want to see me crotchy old me being rude to youngsters for 100 years. Uh-oh. Oh. Maddie, it's time. You owe us over 600 hours. Chase signed a contract. The hours are the cafe. You own the cafe, so you own the debt. And tonight, I've come to ooh.
I gave it all away, and now has come the day. There's nothing left to give.
So, is she being sacrificed?
I waited here so long, and listened for your song.
This is weird.
And felt right through what you said. There's nothing left to give. Nothing left to give. There's nothing left to give.
I have no idea what's going on. Okay. So this was just chapter 1. Jesus Christ. So it's make or break time, I guess. Find out some way to fudge your way out of debt. Yeah, probably. I'm just wondering in what way. No, I'm not pressing space to skip. Kind of intense. Do they do that often? The song and dance thing? Yeah, what do they think of? Some sort of anime street gang? Oh, I'd be so part of an anime street gang. What sort of self-assessed jerk has their own theme song? Don't be a downer, pal. No, I was talking about the dramatic encounter. So these are the old crotchety Muppets. So that's the op. Yeah, it seems like that was the intro. The clock injury reminded me of this old PC game, Shadow of Memories. Yeah? Okay, so Resurrection, most definitely. Itchy with the Soul. I do want something for the girl. Game. Tab. Expiry. Dog's dinner. Storm. Lore. Okay, got it. Got so many lore. Melbourne. More Melbourne. The terminal. Guests. Food. Death. So I may be able to find some story part here. I got 2 new ones. Yep, I got one here. But let's look around. Let's see what other ones. Because I don't know who Brad is. Maddie's inbox. Yeah, let's go with Maddie's inbox. From Jean Annette. Spirit beacon leaking. Hi, Madeline. This is Jeanette from the location down below. I believe we met in person for the first time last month. I was hoping his most noticeable motive for our spirit juice was John. I checked the map to see your nearest location of the spirit beacon. I think you may have drained some of our supply. Honest mistake, I'm sure. But if you could stop running your spirit beacon during peak hours, that would be much appreciated. Thanks, I'm looking forward to working with you in the future. Jeanette. Hi, Madeline. Hope you got your previous message. Just want to give you a spirit juice situation. Okay. Is this the like the time seconds? Madeline, we are draining spirit juice over here so fast that if I sit and watch, I can see disappearing from the bottle. You're the only spirit being that's even remotely close to where we are, so we really need you to stop. Curiously, why you weren't at the terminal today when I showed up, I spoke with a girl named Ashley who said you decided to take the day off. What a coincidence. I was not impressed by the crying routine you had her do. How did you... Yeah, that seems like this. 2014. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a while. Subject, misplaced cutlery. Hey, Batty. This is Kyans for the Jack's location. Just wanted to give you a heads up. The morning we found that the site manager we recently hired was leaving spirit juice in untempered glass bottles. We had a bit of a leak. We ended up having a bit of a problem with some animated cutlery. That's scary. Hey, clients. Sorry I missed your message earlier. No longer use this address. Please use contact the terminal velocity for anything related to terminal. Wow. Yeah, we're in 3053, so the 2014 is a little bit weird. Well, I don't need anything to unlock this one. You're overdue this week, said Ned. You tapped the list of rules that Maddie kept posted. Are you sure you've been enforcing it? I don't think how we run things is none of your business. So audit me. Fine. Let me check your ledger. We don't keep a ledger. Maybe you should. Lots of places do. It's a great system. You should have somebody stand at the door and have them mark whenever somebody comes and leads. Some people overstay their welcome, other people understay it. There's no need to strict we're spit short-staffed. Except for the part where you're cutting time but people stay. Trust me, anybody who would go up the loop is probably going to go over it. Wow. We'll take it under advisement, placing a hand and physically pushing him towards it. Removing an unwanted... You serious with the rule change? Yeah. I'll change the sign in the menu after we close tonight. Really? The rule change is to keep him off our back. Menu thing? I've been meaning to take that off anyway. So, man, they've been pushing her to change things. The expression of Jack's was when Maddie came out of the kitchen carrying his plate, expectant but not impatient. It could be one to do. The fisherman won. There we go. Eddie was about to leave the counter when an old man-looking man pushed the door open. He was hunched, and he walked with a bit of a limp, and even at this distance, you could see the leathery texture of his skin. She wasn't sure if she would like the man. In fact, she was fairly sure there would be a good chance she wouldn't have much to say to him. See, that introduces a nice component to her. It's like, yeah, I don't like him, but he's done enough. You serve food here? Apparently the man was more interested in finding out what was on... People only questioned what was on tap. Chad was willing to play the role in Girl Mass. We do serve food. My eyes don't work too well in this light. Got a paper menu? Do you suppose it would be a problem if I were to order something if I didn't intend to actually eat it? It's a possibility with the New Game Plus portion. Yet there was something in the way that the man asked that made her feel like whatever reason he might have not eaten food. The grilled halibut. Enjoyed the concept of grilled fish more than they liked in practice, and if this man knew himself well enough to be frub, she could respect that. Sounds like my kind of fit. Do you want a drink while you're waiting on that? I don't think I need a drink, said the man. All right. Is that Jack Daniels? Got a fondness for that particular drink? It's just that we share the same name. I'm Jack Daniel. In relation to the distiller, I had several friends who took it upon themselves to check. Well, that's a cool... That's a nice little story. Is it a gift that you enjoyed consuming? I have a shelf in my flat where I collected them, waiting for other people to come so I'd have an excuse to open them. Where's the bad memory? They're good to receive from friends and good to share with friends. She was beginning to find that she liked Jack, and it seemed like Jack was the kind of person who liked her, if for no other reason that he liked people and Maddie was people. Oh. Anything you want, just ask. Cup of water, warm glass of milk. How old do you think I am? Maddie shrugged. 5 or 6, just the right age to drink a tall glass of milk before being shooed off to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm just barely older. I feel like that story may have had some real world elements to it. Just the hunch. All right. I'm gonna actually leave it here. That's a taste of what Necrobarista has to offer. as I said, I am reviewing this game. So I don't necessarily want to go into my full contribe right now. It is opening reasonably strong. It's setting up a lot though. So I'm gonna guess that this game is of a reasonable length. I would guess 8 to 10 hours. Probably even more than that, without any gameplay changes or like gameplay replays through. And just by the number of elements here, it just seems like there's gonna be a lot more to go with. That was weird. Hold on a second. Just the sip of Necrobarista, yeah. I am going to review it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm liking the presentation the most of all. It definitely feels different than a lot of games out there. Some good, interesting characters. You got an antagonist now. It hasn't gotten too deep into the necromancy or some of the underlying stuff, but it's set up a lot of things. And obviously with that little intro portion, it's like, hey, you're getting into the game now. It's hard to sit there though and be like, well, wait a minute, like what can you affect in the game? I'll find that out in days to come because, I'll be playing it. But it's got a good start and it's got me interested. So if you're wanting more information, well, you should stay on the channel at this point to, find when I do finally get the review out. I don't know what the timeline on that is going to be yet. Tomorrow is Carrion, and we'll go from there. Is there any other things? I probably should also show the config of this. One thing I did really enjoy when looking at the options menu, you can actually mess with it, like the shadow of the text, as well as the text speed and the text outline. So for people who are having trouble like seeing certain things, you can look at that. Camera drift, you could change that a bit in terms of like if that's starting to give you some sickness. Graphic settings, 3 changes, resolution, and in terms of languages, they've got a lot. French, Dutch, Italian, I believe Japanese, Chinese, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Turkish, I think it's Turkish, and I think that is the first one is Arabian. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but that's a pretty good set of different languages, especially for a game like this where it's like, I gotta be honest here, it's not like a text box where some of that presentation is going to be different based off of where it's located, and certain phrases may not fit in that same area like the other one would, especially with those effects. So there's got to be a lot to put in there. So anyway, thanks for coming out. I'm going to call it a night, and I'm enjoying my time with Necrobarista, and we'll see what it has to offer going forward. All right. Have a good night, guys.